Hello, visionary, and a welcome to this event, Spiritual Awakening by Design. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Raquel of Raquel and Davidian Unleash Your Genius. I'm super honored and grateful to have you part of our community. And there are a lot of reasons why I'm grateful. I'm going to share with you those today. I am a catalyst, instigator, human design teacher. That's part of my chart to instigate spiritual awakenings. And I have had a revolutionary experience studying my human design. It was completely radical for me. And it continues to go deeper and deeper and deeper as I learn more about myself and I learn more about how human design operates. So today, I'm going to be bringing forward the mystical, the spiritual, and the human design knowledge for you. Why it's so important to understand them both, why I'm so grateful for this community for all the years that I've been living this spiritual life, but stuffing it down, hiding it because nobody wanted to hear about spirituality, mysticism, shamanism. And I wonder if any of you have had similar experiences. So this is a live event. So if you are here live, please say hello and let me know if you are here. If you are brand new to our work and this is your very, very first time, please go ahead and type a 1 in the chat. If it's your first time listening and it's a replay, go ahead and just type in replay. We're super honored and we do try and get to all of our comments and feedback when we can, when there's energy from my projectors. You know what I mean by that. Michelle, hey, Michelle, one of my certification students. Actually, she's manifestation by design. But it's good to see you. So let me know, though, if you guys can hear me and see everything. It's always good just to do a quick check because I'm just, waiting actually for Davidian to give me the heads up that he's all good. Hello, I knew I had a certification. I have a certification and manifestation by design student. Oh, I love you guys so much. Lauren says, thank you for the presents and gifts you share with us all. So grateful for everyone needs to know human design. Raquel is the best. Oh. So projectors, we gush when we get recognition. Like it fills our heart with so much joy and love. So thank you for that. Right back at you, gorgeous one. I see you. I see your beauty. I see how hard you're deconditioning. I see what you're going through. And trust me, I'm with you 100% through that journey. So I want to start today by sharing a little bit about why we need to talk about spirituality, spiritual awakening, and human design. So again, if you guys are here live, please go ahead and give me a little shout out. Say hi. If you are returning subscriber or you've been in my community for a while, go ahead and do a little heart in the chat if you would, because I love you so much. And, my gratitude and just appreciation for all of you is how I'm going to start this story today. Today I'm talking about how to integrate the spiritual awakening and spiritual concepts with human design and why it is so important. Also, there is the gratitude for all the years that I was just seen as a total, nutcase, really, um, out there, woo. And so to have a community of people that appreciate and are excited about all this information, you guys probably understand because I usually have a lot of individuals out there, people who don't quite fit in. So, usually people understand what that's like. So, I would love to know how many of you, what I want to start by saying is how many of you have had a spiritual awakening of some kind, a spiritual experience where you have sort of a big aha and you realize that there's more to life than you think. So, I want to share a little bit about my journey and how I got to this place through some key experiences that I've had. Now, I'm also going to be sharing with you about my Graceful Awakening retreat. So, this is going to be happening in September. I am seeding and calling and holding the vibration and the frequency for those beings who are ready to have that experience. It is going to be a spiritual experience in a vortex in Tulum. So, I'm going to be sharing that with you guys as well. Um, and kind of sharing the context of why that's really, really important to understand, and sharing with you guys a little bit about um, this process of integrating human design and why human design so radically changed my life, and why I integrate it into everything I do, all my teachings, and why it's so, so, so important during these times that we're in. So, right now, we are in a shifting of the wheel. And this is seen in a lot of different teachings. We are in a dynamic shift and we are changing what we call in human design is the global epoch. So, what that means is that it's the surrounding aura mechanics that hold the collective consciousness in place is shifting. Now, I've also heard a lot of people who really don't understand the spiritual context of the change. So, people are commenting the Great Awakening or moving from 3D to 5D, and all of these things are frequency based and true. Like, it's happening in a lot of different ways. In human design, we're saying that there is a shift in something that's actually really measurable, is shifting of the wheel to a new aura mechanic grid. And so as we make that shift, there's transformations that have to happen on the inner in order to be balanced through that transformation. Okay, so if you look out on the sea of what's happening in the world right now, there's a constant flux of things to be triggered by, things to be stressed by. Um, we have this situation going on um, with Roe v. Wade, things that are really, really triggering. And this is after years of the lockdown, the pandemic, dealing with the vaccines, dealing with all these different kinds of situations that have caused so much stress and panic. So it's like one thing after the other. And it's really, and, potential war situations and, all of these things have caused a lot of fear, a lot of panic, and a lot of people actually in all sorts of states of discomfort and anxiety around the world, how to react to it, how to live within it. People were losing their jobs, people were having financial crisis. And I think, we're right when we feel like, oh, things are getting back to somewhat of a normal situation, we're getting a little bit balanced, something like is begins to throw us off again into a very extreme um, other dynamic. And so if you've been watching the news and following along, you're probably kind of like going back and forth in this ping pong kind of like intensity, like not really knowing how to balance yourself out. And so in human design, what we're talking about is that these global systems that were built over the last 411 years are starting to crack down. We're starting to have these systems falling apart. So, all of these types of systems, including the capitalist system that we're in, the banking system that we're in, our schools, our hospitals, our health system, all of these things that have been core to who we are as a country, but really you can see this across many, many countries. All of these things that we could once rely on, we're losing faith in. We're not believing in. We're losing the place where we once held them as institutions of integrity. And so this is beginning to break down our own sense of value and worth, and fear, like panic and what's going on in the world. So all of these things are happening right now. And so the one thing that human design teaches us is that in order to stay present during these times, you have to understand and learn how to live as your deconditioned self and live as your unique spiritual self. So, one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys today is this context of spiritual awakening through human design. So, about, gosh, I think it's been about 10 years now. Well, 12 years ago, I lost my father, and then 10 years ago, I lost my mom. So they died within a couple years of each other, and it was a pretty intense time in my life to lose both my dad and my mom. My dad had been sick, so we're kind of expecting that, but my mom really died suddenly. And so that experience led me to a new, after, years of being on a spiritual journey, it led me to a new spiritual experience in that I was connected to their souls when they were transitioning and was having direct communication with them and what their process was crossing over. And I had so many experiences that I really needed clarity on what exactly was going on and why I was having these connections. And so I started reading Dolores Cannon and all types of um, uh, near death experiences. And I started going down that road and studying all of these things. And if any of you have done that, you'll know that there are commonalities, common themes about these types of spiritual experiences. And the reason I'm getting to this is, I came to this conclusion actually in my 20s when I met my first shaman. I had this insight that, like, wow, spiritual development and spiritual growth is really the most important thing in life. And I chose that over, a certain path that I was going to take at that time in college. I went to go study with a shaman and travel the world and those amazing things that that was a huge life choice for me. And when I connected with my parents as they were making that transition, I began to hear about why it's important that we're here on the earth plane. And it's never for what you think, it is far bigger and more um, simple than talking about reaching the $1 million mark in your business. It's so much bigger than that because we are here to self actualize this place inside of us that is learning from our past experiences, that is growing, and that is having these types of spiritual knowledge and spiritual awakenings in our life. And our life is so sacred, and we only have one life in this body as you, to experience and thrive and learn what you're here to learn in the context of this life. And so as I was unraveling all of these spiritual experiences, I came to the understanding that um, even though I was having what felt like mystical adventures and mystical experiences, what I was missing was how to live an ordinary life, how to have a career, have a job, and make money in alignment with, what I was experiencing. And so that spiritual part of myself was pushed down. And so for those of you who don't know, I have the 2551 channel, which is the channel that awakens the tribe to their spiritual experiences, very similar to that archetype of the shaman. So that is what I'm here to do, and that is part of the journey. And so, however, that alone does not help you understand how to live and exist as a centered being. And that is my particular path, and you each have your own, and it is spelled out and shown and beautifully spoken about when you understand your own unique human design chart. And that human design chart, when it's integrated in through this mystical experience, then all of a sudden you're able to kind of ground and co-create, and all of the spiritual teachings start to make sense. The law of attraction starts to make sense. All of the tools that you've been taught begin to make sense. All of these things start to unravel so that you can actually build a life that you really love. And so the most powerful thing about this human design journey is that it is leading us to this 2027 experience. It's leading us to the era of the individual, where we have to stand outside of our deconditioning in order to peacefully navigate all of the chaos of the planet. So, as I was saying, we're in this time where there is so much great chaos, and it's so easy to get swayed back and forth and right and wrong and left and right. Like, this is wrong, this is right, and like all of our emotional system is like completely frazzled. And so what human design is teaching us to do is, instead of being thrown back and forth and back and forth, and instead of having these spiritual experiences that we have no idea how to ground and how to bring forward, we're learning how to integrate our human design experience to guide us to our life purpose, why we are here, why we are living on this earth plane. And so that journey of stepping into the powerful ignition of your individual expression of your chart is what we call deconditioning. And that is such a powerful, incredible, beautiful, beautiful process of unraveling all those places where you are living as your not self. And you cannot navigate these times. You cannot align to this new era of 2027. You cannot, step into the career, the business that is designed for you, unless you really understand how to unravel who you are not. So welcome everyone, and welcome if you are new. Ariana, welcome. Man, Jen, great to have you here. So beautiful to share this time and space with you. Again, super, super grateful for this community and for all of you that are here right now. Um, did you say that the 2551? Yeah, so that is the 2551 I was saying is my channel. It's known as the channel of shock, but what it is, it's an individual channel that's here to mutate the tribe. And it's here to mutate the tribe through spiritual awakening. And that the archetype of that is often seen as the shaman, because that's what the shaman does. It's part of the tribe, but it's the one that's kind of like pushing and awakening everyone in the tribe to step into new frequencies and to unleash new aspects of themselves. Now, um, so, oh, thank you. Love your existence. Thank you. So great to share this with you. And so this experience of spiritual awakening and human design, both those things are so needed when you begin this journey of deconditioning. And when you begin this journey of awakening, we are all in the process of evolution and stepping into, different stages of development. That's happening on the collective. Now, personally, I think that spiritual awakening and living a more spiritual path is by choice. It really is by choice. And so, um, this gentle, this graceful awakening that I'm sharing with you guys, um, that I'm bringing forward as a way to send the frequency to each of you to know that all is well, whatever you are going through. This is a really important time to learn how to stay in your center, regardless of what you're seeing around you, to learn how to stay in that frequency of the inner calm, regardless of the waves and the emotionality that may be happening around you. That takes practice, it takes strength, and it takes sometimes getting whipped around by life in order to build that inner core. So, everything that is happening in your life, everything that you are experiencing is building that inner core for your life purpose, why you're here, for your spiritual awakening, for that development, and for your ability to ground a life that is good for you, that you love. So, with that, I did want to let you guys know that part of what I was going to be discussing for you guys here in this live is about this graceful awakening retreat that I'm doing in Tulum. So there's a couple of things. I am going to be doing a series of lives until we actually launch this event. I'm going to be doing different drawings for everybody that's here live and for all of you guys who comment. So comment or share. We are going to be pulling prizes from our store. And so, one of the things that could really help me is if you guys are able to let me know some of your favorite products, because we are going to be pulling gifts from our store for all of you who are participating in these lives. So the store is foxy5d.com. So you can go on there, check out some of your favorite products, some of the things that you might love. And if you are feeling like moved from the information, if you are feeling like people that are going through spiritual change or going through an evolution, or they're projectors, they need to know about human design, you can share this content. We're tracking anyone who shares, anyone who comments, and we are doing a drawing to give you guys some free swag. Everybody loves free stuff. And so we're going to be giving you guys a bunch of free stuff. So all you need to do is, if you haven't yet, just comment, say, hey. You can put a little emoji in, you can share. All of these things are going to put you in a drawing, and let us know what your favorite products are on foxy5d.com. I know that you guys, if you haven't checked out the site, you got to go check it out. Okay, so actually, I'm going to put it up here, foxy5d.com, because what I really need to know is, what is your favorite products out there? So, you guys, let's see. We have a couple products here, but now actually my chair is hiding them, so you can't see them. But we're gonna be yeah, we'll be pulling from different types of things to share with you guys. So what will we want to do is hear from you. What are some of your favorite products on foxy5d.com? You can come back and comment here on the video. Some people love the mugs, the t-shirts. We have so much fun stuff. So let us know, because that will be what we will be drawing for. And what we're doing is we're leading up to this retreat. This is the first time I've done a live retreat. It is going to be a really sacred event. And it is going to be merging the human design intel with the spiritual context. So we're going to be providing a sacred space. If you don't know Tulum, it is one of the sacred vortexes on the planet. It is a mystical energy. It is a transformational energy. As a matter of fact, it's one of the places I had my first spiritual experience when I first traveled the world with, all these amazing shamans. And I've been called to hold the space for this awakening. And I think it's so important to have people come together because we've been so isolated and everyone's been in their own little worlds. And I love working online. I love all my clients, but it's going to be such an amazing experience to pull everybody together and to hold a community space where we can get out of the grind, get out of the routine, step outside of what we've been doing, and step into a healing environment so we can really practice what it feels like to be in spiritual energy, to be a little bit more aligned, and to learn about your unique human design. And so the retreat is the Graceful Awakening Retreat. I am just beginning the process of doing the invites and calling the group that is feeling like this resonates with me. I have to be there. I want to be there. In the description, you will see a link to the Graceful Awakening Retreat. And you can also email us at support@raquelreina.com. I am going to be taking people through phone calls and communicating and emails for people who are wanting to join in. If you're feeling like this is a calling and you have to do it. So some of my most incredible experiences and awakenings happened from traveling, from stepping out and trusting that there was enough abundance and enough support to begin the journey to connect energetically to these spaces on the planet that hold sacred wisdom. And I am forever changed by making the choice to travel around the world. And yeah, it was intense. It changed the trajectory of my life. It changed everything that I did. And because we've been in such a lockdown, so many people have stopped doing live retreats and stopped coming together as a community, that there's been kind of a hold, I think, for many spiritual teachers and for many teachers to do these types of retreats. And so this is actually my first one I've ever done. I'm very, very excited to invite you personally to join me. That's including you, Lauren and Michelle. And anyone else who is here alive, and any of you listening to the recording. It's going to be magical and it's going to be life-changing. So this is my special invitation for you. So far, we have an amazing group of women. I'm open to men if they, if we have some men that are like, yes, but we have an amazing group of women so far that are coming on the journey that are just mystical, beautiful. It is going to be soul-led. We are going to have music. We're going to be on the beach. We are going to be having just beautiful, fresh foods. All of the meals are included. And we're going to be doing healing and energy work and human design. So the process of stepping into your human design is also seeding visions and manifestations that you are ready to bring forward in your life. So this came forward for me when I just kept feeling like I needed to be in Mexico. I needed to be in a spiritual community. And I decided to do the Joe Dispenza retreat. That was last year. And Joe Dispenza holds such a magical space of healing and inspiration. And I was so moved by his vision. And I was so moved by him holding the space for people that my life just radically changed. And I kept feeling like I needed to be there. And it took me, the courage to just say yes to the travel, to the experience, and showing up. And by allowing the vision of being there and being in that field and being in that energy, so much of my business started to pop. So much of my life began to explode because my soul opened up so big to hold the context of healing and spiritual awakening and travel, and being able to say yes to that experience. And so what's interesting is that retreat was in Cancun. This retreat is going to be in Tulum, and it's only like an hour from Cancun, I think, or 2 hours. And the magic of the energy of Mexico, it just fills your body. And being on the ocean and being willing to be with your fellow community and connect is such a magical experience. And what we are going to be doing is beginning the process of ushering in this new era, where instead of doing these group tribal things where everybody's making offers and you're just sitting through a sales pitch fest, this is experiential. So it is going to be about showing up in the energy and in the experience, and allowing for new life potentialities to begin to awaken as you say yes to what's possible for you. So I've hoped I've enticed the right people, because obviously this isn't for everybody. And, many of you are going to be, no, I don't have this, I don't have the funds, and I don't have the wherewithal to pack up and do the discomfort of getting on a plane and all of that. And I get it. It's not for everybody. But there are people that I know are hearing the calling. And those people are like, my soul is aching to get out of my routine, get out of the grind, get out of the fear, get out of the isolation. We long for companionship and for community. And yet, all so many communities are based in tribal ways. And so, this is going to be a community event that's going to support the individual, which means each and every person is going to be honored for who they are. And that is going to be a sacred, powerful journey. So, if you're just jumping on, we are talking about the spiritual awakening by design. And what that means is that we're encouraging spiritual growth and spiritual expansion, but learning how it moves through your design system, knowing how spiritual teachings may work for some types and not for other types, how spiritual awarenesses, including manifestation, law of attraction, tools will work sometimes for some types, but not all the time for every type. And we're talking about allowing those spiritual experiences to merge through your human design so that you can have a life that you're here to live, that you're born to live. If you have just jumped in, you might want to do a little comment or a little heart or just say, hey, because every single comment that you make, you are going into a drawing for our we're going to be doing a drawing, and I'm not going to say exactly when, so you're going to have to show up live to find out. But all you need to do is comment, share, and be part of these series of lives. Don't worry, I will tag you when we announce the winners. So Malik, thank you so much for going on to Foxy 5D and showing us your favorite product. I'm not lazy, I'm a projector. Google it. I know that's the best, right? I know that one is so funny. I love it. Now, if you are like, oh my God, why am I waiting for this drawing, I love this shirt and I want to get it now, then for anyone who does purchase anything on Foxy 5D, we are going to do 10 raffle tickets into the hat for you. So you will probably be one of the winners of more stuff as well. So sharing, commenting, and if you buy anything on Foxy 5D, you get 10 raffle tickets. So we are going to be doing the drawing. Don't worry, I will keep you up to date on the drawing. You can follow along if you're just a subscriber on YouTube or in the Facebook group. I will let you guys know. I'm getting my nails done, so I can't comment, but share it. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Hey, Allison. Thank you for the heart. And hello, Elo, mental projector 1-3. Awesome. We've got a couple mental projectors here. Do we have any other projectors? Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And thank you again. I really want to really share my gratitude with all of you. As I was saying and sharing a little bit about my own personal spiritual journey, there were so many times when people just did not want to hear any more about it. So I love sharing it, and I'm so grateful to share with each of you. So thank you guys so much for being here live, and stay tuned. Projector, hey Kenji, hi, nice to see you. Awesome, awesome. It's so good to have you guys here. So it looks like we've got one vote for I'm not lazy, I'm a projector. Google it for our products. If you have just jumped on, I'm going to be doing a couple of drawings for you guys as we move towards the retreat. It's happening in September, so we'll probably start the drawings let's see, probably the end of July. So you do have some time. So check back. Don't worry. Any comments, any shares, they're all going into our drawings, and we will do a lot so that you guys have a lot of different products and have a lot of things that you can win throughout from now until July. So I hope you guys are doing well. We're super, super honored to have you here. I'm going to wrap things up, but please, anytime you come back or if you're listening to the replay and you post your favorite products, we will begin. We will definitely have drawings for those products. One of my favorite products is here. Actually, let me grab one of my favorite products. First things first, show me your chart. So I love this one. But I will start showing you guys some of the products we're going to give away. I'm going to talk to Davidian, and we will start hearing from you guys what your favorite products are. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for being here. Super, super honored. Oh, got to put my glasses back on to catch Lauren's chat. I'm a projector. You have questions, I have answers. T-shirt, women's jersey. Oh, okay. So that's a good one too. I'm a projector. You have questions, I have answers. Is that so true, right? I'm at the beach. I'll check back another time. Sure. Yeah, no worries. Enjoy the beach. Awesome, everyone. Well, I'm sending you all so much love, and hopefully I will see you in Tulum. If you're feeling, oh my God, I need to learn more about this. Actually, let me give you my email address. Let me pop it up on the screen here. For those of you listening to the recording, for those of you who are here live, please grab it and feel free to email me any questions that you might have. Sending you all so much love. Remember, now is the time to live your uniqueness and unleash your genius.